Looking to save some money and service your own Kirby? Then this could be the video for you. Don't forget, if you're using the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby parts and accessories, so make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Hi Kirby fans, so today this is going to be a step-by-step tutorial on how to service your Kirby Vacuum. It's going to be in two parts, and this is how to take your Kirby Avalir 2 apart, ready to service. So today what we're going to be doing is stripping down the Kirby Avalir 2, so let's dive straight in. Now if you're doing a full strip down, then there's a few things you're going to need. So you're going to need some circuit removers, Phillips screwdriver, Torx 15, Torx 20, Torx 25, and some snips to cut any cable ties that you will have to replace when reassembling your Kirby. So first up, you want to remove your portable head. Now if your belt's wound on, you're going to want to wind your belt off, lick this lever over, take it off, then you can release the tension off your belt. Now this portable head, flip that round to remove the brush roll. To flick these levers over, take this off, so that's your rug plate, and pull out your brush roll. If there's any hair, you can remove those. These end caps do come off as well, so you can take these off. Just make sure you know which side they went back on, and just make sure those bearings are clear. You can wash these out. Obviously don't wash these because of your bearings. Pop that back on. Same with the other side. Just remember, this is a bigger end. The grey end always goes where the bearing is that activates your magnet, which tells you the belt line is running. This pulls off as well, and again you've got a roller bearing under there that you can clean. Make sure there's no hair around there, and then pop that back on. So we'll put that to one side. With your portable head, you can remove the bumper. So to remove the bumper, it all slides off like so. And any debris you can clean out. Obviously this is a clean Kirby. And then once you've removed that, you can wash this out if you like. You can remove this. I'll put a video link to how to remove this at the end of this one. So back to the main unit, we're going to remove our lead. So for this, you're going to need a Torx 15 for there and a Torx 20 for there. So we get our Torx 20, slot it in there like so, and now we'll just release that. Now to remove our lead, just going to push this forward, tip, and out that comes. Then we just pull our lead out like so. Now with your screws, just try and keep them all together. So I put the self tapper and the two Torx 15s. I just keep them in this cover here, so they're there for when we reinstall the lead. Now let's go around to the back of the Kirby. You're going to release this screw here, which is a Torx 20. So put that in. Now we're going to release our back plate. So you're going to get your screwdriver and you're going to push through here. So as you push, this will release, like so. Lift that up, pull that back, and out it comes. Around to the front of the Kirby, you've got two Torx 20s that we're going to release here. Now these two are countersunk, so you can always remember that those are the two for the top. So I'm going to flip our Kirby around, and there's two screws here that we're going to release. And these are Torx 20s again. Now those four screws are released, we're going to lower the hood, and this should lift straight off. Now with this, you can take these off and give it a clean. It's entirely up to you. So once you've removed these, then you can give these a polish if you desire. Now you want a Torx 25, just to release this section here. And as you remove that, you'll see a locating pin here. So you can see it locates here, and we're just going to lift that up and off. Now we're going to release our on and off pedal, lift that there, that will hook, there's a bar here, just hold that to the side, slide that out, and out it comes. Next we're going to release our tech drive, so we're going to flip our Kirby over, and on the bottom we've got four screws. Now you don't release this one yet, you're going to release these three here, 1, 2, 3. Again, these are Torx 20s, make sure that you put your screws together. If you put them in a piece of cardboard and mark them up, I'll find that a lot easier if you haven't took a Kirby apart before. So now we've released those three, we're going to flip the Kirby over and remove the tech drive. So make sure your Kirby's in drive, then this will drop out. Now as you lower this, the belt's going to still be on, so just lower it slowly. So you're going to lift it from here, lower it, and then you're going to lift your belt off there. If it's caught and it won't come out, there is a little bar that does your on and off, so just lift that bar out of the way and that should drop straight out. And that is your tech drive removed from your Kirby. So with your drive pedal, if you want to release your drive pedal, there's a little screw here. You've got to make sure it's in drive. And we're just going to do that screw. With our tech drive then, this will just lift up and out. Now you can see it's pretty clean here, so there's no point stripping any of this down. This you can re-grease. We've got a hair there, so clean any hairs off. You can take this off. If you want to take this off, you can give it a twist to remove it. Give it a bit of a clean, just make sure you re-grease it. And then that can go back on. To reinstall, it's the same process. When you go to slide it in, make sure this cam is all the way forward. If it's like that, it won't go in, as you can see. So make sure that cam is forward. Tip it up, slide it in. It will lock in place. So you can see now our locating pin is locked. And we just put our screw back in. And tighten that back up. Leave that in drive so it's ready to go back in your Kirby when you reassemble it. This is the only cable tie that you will have to replace. Snip that off and out that comes. Just note which way the cables go around. So now we're going to release this section here. So you've got 1, 2 and 2 at the front. 3, 4 screws to remove. We'll start with these. These are Torx 20s, all Torx 20s. Those two release, we'll go around to the front. Back at the front of our Kirby, you're going to lift the hood. And we're going to do these two here, which again are Torx 20s. I'm going to flip this over and we've got 2 cables to remove. So you flip this over, you've got one there, unplug that, flip this round, and if you slide this down, so down the cable, you can unplug it there, like so. And that just saves you struggling to get the one that's stuck behind the brush. Now we're going to release these 2 screws here, and there are 2 more on the bottom. Now these are only 2 screws with washers, and if you've got a G series, an early G series, there will be an earth strap here. So just make sure you reconnect that if you're doing an early Centria or G series down to the G3. Now we're not going to take this out yet because we don't want this dropping out, so we're going to flip this over and release the 2 screws on the bottom. Again, we've got Torx 20s. Flip that over and then these screws should drop out. Now we're going to release this. So get a flat screwdriver or a small screwdriver, just prise it out, lift it up and out it slides. Now our motor section should lift out with ease. So I hold it there, push down with your thumb, lift, and this should just pop out. Like so. Now you can take this apart and clean it, it's entirely up to you, but if you do take this apart, you're going to have to reseal it with silicone. I have shown that in another video and I'll put a link to that at the end of this one. Now if you want to remove your axle, there's 2 screws here. If you want to re-grease it, it's entirely up to you. So you're just going to do these 2 Torx 20s here. If the toe touch control is working fine and there's no hairs or anything in the back of here, then you don't have to undo this, but I'll just show you how we undo it to remove it. Now to release your axle, hold it under the toe touch control because you've got the bit you press down. I'm just going to lift that up. Now there's a spring in there, so as you slide it out, just watch the spring, lift that off, that will come off completely. And as I flip this over, you can see I was holding that spring back, so just take that out and out that comes. So this needs a bit of a clean and a re-grease. Now we're going to clean behind the fan here. So to remove your fan, what you want is a 9mm spanner and it should slide behind there. If you can't get one to fit, then what you'll have to do is just grind this one down. So as you can see, I've ground the side off there and the side off there just to make it thin enough for it to fit. Put that in there, that should hold it. And then you're going to grab a thin screwdriver. With our thin screwdriver, I've got a hole here, so I'm just going to slide that through there. And then holding this and holding your spanner clockwise. That then will release, so still keep your spanner there so you can hold it. Now we'll undo the spindle clockwise. You have a metal washer that's on there. And what you can do is hold the back of the spanner so it doesn't move. And just wiggle your fan back and forth. Going to be a little bit stiff, but it will come off. Don't want to prise anything behind here because you end up warping your fan or damaging the front casing. And that's off. So you've got your metal washer there, you've got a plastic washer that's on the back, and then obviously your cup washer. Now what I normally do with this is I normally just clean this with a wet wipe if it's really dirty. So whether you haven't serviced your Kirby for a year, there will be dust behind there. I did this around 3 months ago, so it's not too bad. What I tend to do is just wipe that with a wet wipe to get it nice and clean. Like so, and then leave that to dry. With your fan, you can wipe the back of your fan, get your fan clean. If you want, you can take it in the sink, put some washing up liquid on there, and then give it a scrub with the scrubbing brush if it's really filthy. But just check your fan for damage. There's no big dinks in here. If you've got pets, you're gonna have fine hairs. There's no hairs stuck in there, so there's no real damage to that fan, so this fan can go back on. Now I have got a separate video on how to release the safety switch. You don't have to. There is that little screw just there. Undo that and normally slide that back. If you want to make note of the orders of these wires, so before you do that, you want to disconnect these wires, but just make note of what colours they are and what colour they go in. So you've got like your white, your red and white, your yellow and white. It'll be totally different colours on each different machine. But we'll leave that intact for now. Now if you've got a dog or cat, you're going to have a few hairs in here, obviously because it's a direct air machine. You want to make sure you get a cordless vacuum and just vacuum out here, or an air compressor and just blow it out outside. Make sure you wear a mask when you're doing this, because all dust is carcinogenic and can cause health issues. Now you've got your Kirby apart, it's the ideal time to polish up all that aluminium. And I will put an all guide above a link into a video on how to do that. Now don't forget everything you use in the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby parts and accessories, so make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Well, I hope you enjoyed that quick video on how to take your Kirby Avalir 2 apart. Now this works for G3 straight up to the Avalir 2, it's exactly the same process. The only tools that will change is the early G3s up to the G4s had Phillips, and then it changed to the Torx screw. So again, those who are new to the channel, if you find you're getting value out of this content, then contemplate showing support by slapping that subscribe button, it's absolutely free. Ding that bell for notifications so you don't miss any cool episodes. Give us a big thumbs up and comment down below. I will reply to the comment, and if you like what you comment, I'll pin it to the video. So what we'll do is cut to any bloopers, and I'll catch you in the next one.